What if the thing they laughed at you for was actually your superpower? Pause. Let that land. Because this is not a story about luck. This is not a story about talent handed down from the heavens. This is a story about a kid, broke, lonely, misunderstood, who sat in a dark room with a glowing screen and decided that the world inside that screen was worth fighting for. Not escaping to, fighting for. This is the story of a gamer, and this is his greatest run. Every great story begins at level 1, and level 1 is never glamorous. Picture a small apartment. The walls are thin. The radiator rattles like an old man coughing through winter. There's a second-hand computer on a desk that wobbles when you lean on it, one leg shorter than the others, held up by a stack of old magazines. The monitor flickers. The keyboard is missing the letter E. And yet, in front of that machine sits a boy who looks at the screen like it is the most beautiful thing he has ever seen in his life. His name doesn't matter yet, because at this point in the story, nobody knows his name. He is 12 years old. His shoes are worn through at the soles. His lunch is often skipped. His classmates talk about summer vacations and new phones, and he laughs along, nodding like he understands. But he goes home to a house where the electricity bill is a monthly crisis. His mother works 2 jobs. His father left the picture years ago. There is no mentor, no coach, no investor waiting in the wings. There is only him and the game. The ancient philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The boy reacted by playing. Not to escape, not to waste time. He played to learn, to understand systems, to see how the world inside the screen had rules, and how those rules, once mastered, could be bent. He played until 2 a.m. He played until his eyes burned. He played until his fingers knew the controller, like a pianist knows the keys, by feeling, by memory, by love. But here is where most stories skip the hard part, not this one. At 15, he entered his first online tournament. He lost, badly. He got eliminated in the first round, and someone in the chat typed, "Quit gaming, loser." He saved that message, not out of bitterness, but out of fuel. Because here is what nobody tells you about failure. It is not the opposite of success. It is the curriculum of success. Every loss taught him something. Every defeat was a lesson dressed in humiliation. He studied replays the way scholars study ancient texts, obsessively, humbly, hungrily. He started a small YouTube channel to document his journey. 12 subscribers. 11 of them were fake accounts he made himself to not feel so alone. The 12th was his mother, who didn't really understand what he was doing, but subscribed anyway because she loved him. He kept uploading. At 16, he started coaching younger players online for $5 an hour. At 17, he entered a regional tournament and finished 3rd, his first podium. He bought his mother flowers with the prize money. It wasn't much, but she cried. And he understood then what Marcus Aurelius meant when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle had been the path all along. The missing E key taught him to problem solve. The flickering monitor trained his eyes. The poverty taught him that nothing could be wasted, not time, not opportunity, not a single second of practice. While other kids slept, he was studying. While others complained, he was building. His YouTube channel grew, slowly at first, then suddenly, the way a fire catches when the wind turns. One video hit 10,000 views, then 100,000. Comments began pouring in from teenagers in different countries, all of them saying the same thing in different languages. I thought I was the only one. He was not alone. He had never been alone. He just hadn't found his people yet. At 18, the world tried to stop him one final time.
He qualified for an international esports championship, the kind with real prize money, sponsorships, cameras, crowds. He had scraped together enough money for a plane ticket. He had practiced 12 hours a day for 3 months. He had sacrificed a social life, sleep, and comfort for this single moment. 2 days before the competition, his computer died. Not slowed down, not glitched, died. Total failure, black screen, nothing. He sat on the floor of his room, head in his hands, and for the first time in years, he wept. Not quietly, openly. The kind of crying that comes from somewhere ancient inside a person, from the place where all the stored-up disappointments live. His mother heard him through the wall. She came in, sat beside him on the floor, this woman who had worked double shifts for years, who had never once complained, who believed in him when he barely believed in himself, and she handed him an envelope. Inside was money, every dollar she had saved for 6 months. She had been watching, she had been preparing, she had seen this moment coming before he had. She said, "Go, this is your time." He arrived at the tournament with a borrowed laptop and 30 minutes of warm-up time. He was nervous, his hands trembled. The venue was enormous, lights, cameras, crowds, players with professional setups, sponsors with gleaming banners. He was still the kid from the wobbly desk. But then something shifted. Aristotle once wrote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." He had been building this habit for 6 years, in the dark, in the cold, in the quiet, and now, in the light, the habit spoke for him. His hands stopped trembling, his mind cleared. Round by round he advanced. With a borrowed machine and borrowed time, he played the best games of his life. In the final, he faced the reigning world champion, a player who had never lost a single tournament match in 3 years. The crowd expected a demolition. They got a war. 7 games, 2 hours, and in the final deciding moment, one extraordinary move that nobody in the room had seen before. A strategy he had invented in his bedroom at 2 a.m., a technique born of necessity, from poverty, from 6 years of loving the game more than comfort. He won. The crowd erupted, cameras flashed, his name finally filled the room. But here is what nobody saw in that footage. After the trophy was raised and the confetti fell, he walked to the corner of the stage, pulled out his phone, and called his mother. She picked up on the first ring.
He didn't say much, neither did she. They just breathed together for a moment, across the distance, in shared silence that held everything words could not carry. That was the real victory. In the years that followed, he built something extraordinary. Not just a career, a movement. His YouTube channel reached 20 million subscribers. He launched a free online academy to train young gamers from underprivileged backgrounds because he remembered what it felt like to practice on a flickering screen with a missing E key. He partnered with developers. He spoke at conferences. He became, in every measurable sense, famous. But he never forgot the wobbly desk. He kept the broken keyboard in a glass case in his office, a reminder, a relic, a monument to the version of himself who refused to quit. Because greatness, he understood now, is never about the destination. It is about the quality of your attention along the way. The philosopher Seneca said it best. It is not that I am brave, it is that I know what is truly worth fearing. And mediocrity is worth fearing far more than failure. He had feared mediocrity. He had refused it. And that refusal, quiet, stubborn, daily, had changed everything. So here is what I want you to hear right now, wherever you are watching this. Your circumstances are not your sentence. The broken equipment, the empty wallet, the people who laughed, none of it decides your story. You decide your story. 1 hour at a time, 1 practice session at a time, 1 day at a time. Your obsession is not a weakness, it is a compass. Follow it. And when the world goes dark,
when the screen goes black and the money runs out and the doubt gets loud, remember a boy with a flickering monitor and a missing E key who looked at the impossible and said, "Let's play." Because somewhere out there, your controller is waiting, and the game, your game, is just beginning. Don't quit.